this in. AI questions and answers. Trying to also add TikTok right now, so that we could go live on TikTok. Just gonna do learning how to do go live or there. Brother Vince, good to see you. Right now I'm just getting TikTok live so we can live stream both on TikTok and YouTube because we're cross platforms now. Okay, cool. Let's see. I got Notion set up. GoHighLevel in the process of getting to know that. Thanks for the videos. I'm doing my processing now. Just curious if you. Oh man, let's talk about GoHighLevel and Notion. I think that's the great topic to start on. Is like let's do a little 101 on Notion and also a introduction to GoHighLevel because I think those are two very powerful tools, especially with AI. Notion, and this is just going to be open Q&A. I'm just going to take questions from both YouTube chat and also TikTok. If you guys have AI questions, just pop them in the chat and then we can just answer them. There's free flow. We're just going to go from there. So let's dive into Notion. So let me bring up my Notion right now and let's see. We could do a quick little one-on-one course basically of Notion. Because Notion is essential because in order for you need a digital notebook in today's world. There's no way that you could work with any of the AI tools or even just work productively online if you don't have Notion. Well, let's look at your alternatives. Your alternatives are either going to be using Google Docs, Microsoft Word, which is horrible, Evernote, Apple Notes, any of those tools. They're horrible for trying to save. Basically, it's just a digital notebook to save both text, images, videos, links, organize everything so you could quickly find it when you need it. And so that's why I highly recommend Notion is probably the best for organizing all of your notes across for business, for personal life, especially when you get into AI. Because in order for you to use AI effectively, AI is not a text editor. Good to see Sharon. Oh my God, Sharon and brother Vince are in the house. Good to see you guys on YouTube Live. I appreciate both of you. So tonight we're going to talk about Notion. We'll talk about GoHighLevel. This is going to be fun. Now, the reason why Notion is important because Notion is your digital brain. There's no way that you can store all the information in your head as far as all the notes, files, resources that you need to work on both for business and for life, for example. And then the information comes in different types. We got Joseph in the house too. Dude, good to see everyone live. I'm so grateful to see my OG AI crew. We're going to be learning tonight. And so Notion is important because you can save images, files, videos, and text. Let me actually, I think this is actually a really good example, for example, a good example. Let me go to a file. So say, for example, I have a note that has videos, that has images, that has text, that has table of contents. Yo, Joseph's been on grinding for GoHighLevel for 7 hours today. Brother Vince also is on the GoHighLevel train. We'll actually do tonight. We're just going to focus on Notion for the first half, and then we'll do GoHighLevel for the second half. That way, you guys, I want to level you guys up because literally, if you want to start a business in 2025 and you don't have a digital product to sell, GoHighLevel is a very powerful tool that you can white label and sell to make passive income. But we're going to talk more, especially into that. So bear with me. We'll do just a quick spiel on Notion. And then second, we'll go right into GoHighLevel because at the end of the day, it will help people learn how to make money, create passive income, work from home, and really charge high ticket items. I'm talking $1,000 to $3,000 per implementation for when you can sell it to local businesses. And every business needs it. And I'll show you exactly how to get leads and all that fun stuff. So we'll dive into that. So Notion is important really quick because you need to organize all your notes, your files, your resources, all the things that you're working on, all the knowledge in your brain, because there's too much to store, honestly. You'll be get if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling stressed out, if you feel scatterbrained, if you even have ADHD, like you need to use these two digital tools. One is a task manager and second is a digital notebook. Now we're going to do a quick 101 on Notion. So just on a high level, Notion allows you to build a database. Let me go to let's see, Notion documents template. And I'm going to simplify Notion because people get overwhelmed with Notion and they look on YouTube and they see that people have like dashboards and 48 different databases. And then they're like, oh my God, this is overwhelming. What do I do? I'm going to recommend, number one, if you go to Notion.com, you can search their free templates. And the first one and the only database that you're going to download just to start off for your first 3 months using Notion to get you familiar and just practice the new routine is just the documents database. That's it. It's one list to put all your documents so that you could quickly find it. You know, you're like, oh, it's important. Okay, it's in my documents. It's one location to go and find it. So I'm going to go to documents. I'm going to click on get template. So this is completely free. I'm going to add this to my database. Of course, my database is called My Empire. Have fun with your databases too. Yeah, let me, I'll show you a list right after. I want to start basic with just this template. So we could start very, very simple 101, how we can start with Notion. So this is with the documents list. What I recommend is just changing it over to this list right here where you can see just like I think it's called table view. You don't need any of these other ones, these views. So like delete, we're going to make it so simple. This is how you're going to customize it. Just delete. I'm going to show you only things you need. So you have one list. We're just going to rename this. So if you click on this tab, a database is just a list of documents or pages basically. And I'm just going to rename this to all. These are all the settings and it's a table view. That's all. So then I'm going to click save. And now I'm going to delete, we're going to make it simple. I'm going to delete the author column. I'm also going to delete the tags because you don't need the tags. And you just need name and last edit. And we're going to add a new column. So if you want to add, this is like, we're getting a little nerdy, but metadata or information about a page, for example. So I want to add a column right here. So plus symbol. It says, hey, these are like, think of them like columns in Excel, but each one has to be a specific data, what's called data type. It's all text, it's all numbers, it's all dates, for example. Really helpful. So I just want a text column. So it adds that little text column right there. Perfect. We are going to rename this to notes. Actually, description. Because this description column is going to help give you more context around. You'll have document names and then you'll have think of like context, use for work project, or this one is for working on with client. It's going to help you just add a little more description around why this is important. Why do you have this file? And that's it. Only those 3 columns. So name of the file, description, just to add a little more context. Why is it important? Why do you using it? This is the most important one. Last edit column. Last edit means if I edit the name of this column right here, the date and time is going to change. So if I change the name, see how I just changed the time? It's timestamping. Anytime this document was last edited, it will timestamp it. So this is the most recent one. Perfect. So now here's the only thing you're going to do. Go to sort. So you can filter, you can sort, but all you need is sort. We're going to sort it by last edit time and then do it by descending. So what it's going to do is it's going to put any documents that you recently edited or worked with always at the top. That's going to make it so easy to go and find any Notion file that you recently worked on. You're like, oh yeah, I just worked on this file. It's always going to be at the top. It's in one location. Now, it's a little bit fun or more important, be sure to bookmark this page, Notion documents, so you could always find it. You could save it in your bookmark history, or some people like to put in their tabs right up here. And then now have a little fun, add a cover. So a little icon right here, change cover. It's like a wallpaper. I'm going to change it to, do they have a library? Let's see. We'll just change it to space because space is cool. Ooh, rocket ship. That looks beautiful. You can reposition. Yeah. And then save. And then refresh. Let's see. Did it save? Yep. Cool. That's all you need. That is Notion. That's the only thing that you need to do to save. Now, whenever you need to save something, you could just click new page. And then you could save, I don't know, favorite recipes, or even say, for example, something more important, what I call like standard operating procedures, how to do processes or stuff like that. So like how to file taxes, step 1, step 2, go to this website, add this file, and you could take a screenshot. I'm just like jamming real quick just to show you, like, because that's something really helpful. It's like, oh, I need to do this, do that. I need to go to this website. I need to get that file that looks like this, so that you're like, oh, when it comes time to do taxes or some complicated process in your business or something, it becomes repeatable. Checklist. Super simple, but that's all you're going to set up your Notion. Don't do relational databases. Don't build dashboards. Only add another list if it's super specific. Like I have a list of just books. There's like 1,800 books that I just save. That's it. But just to make it easy for yourself. Now, the next thing, let me show you what an actual one kind of went over this kind of thing. So say, for example, this is a list. I have a list or a database of just websites, competitor websites, funnels, marketing copywriting. And so that's why I'm like, oh, if I need to build, this will dovetail into GoHighLevel. Whenever I need to build a funnel, I'm just going to model for my competitors, for example. And so here in that list, here's one from a competitor. I have a bunch of different types. So I have here, I'm like, oh, it's mostly just this hacked playbook, basically, meaning that it's already mapped out. I went through the process of copying everything about this guy's funnel. And then I'm like, why is it important? Why should I keep this file? Why did I save this 6 months ago or a year ago? Oh, sell AI messenger bots as a service course or training for $2,500. Oh yeah, that's that dude. Okay. Oh, and here's the URL. We could click on this. It'll take you to the website. Oh yeah, bot builders. I remember that 6 months ago. And don't worry about interest. But then you can see last edited. This was created in July 2024. This is all metadata, just information about what's in this file, basically. So then the great thing about Notion is if you use, this is important, headers. So what are headers? Right here, if you click on the plus symbol, you have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. This is important for table of contents. You can also click a backslash and type H1. There's H1, H2. So you could get into like the shortcut keyboards slash H2. Then it's like table of contents. And then they actually does have a table of contents. So I'm gonna hit the backslash, which shows my things, type table of contents, boom. And all the other things that are in here that have a header, for example, like this one, TikTok ad right here, there's a header, automatically makes a table of contents so that you can organize. And the thing I like about Notion, it's an infinite page. It's a whole page that keeps going. Let me shout out all the people on TikTok. I feel like you guys are missing out. So let me just bring you guys in to, so you can kind of see this page. We're learning Notion right now. Okay, let's do this because I want to bring them. Sorry, everyone on YouTube. We got to be inclusive. We got to let everyone participate. Yeah, so now you guys can see Notion and learn Notion with me. Okay. Cool. So you guys can kind of see Notion right there. And you guys got a great view on YouTube. Highly recommend watch on YouTube. You get to see it much more. So the great thing about, we have our table of contents, we have headers. Now the most important thing, because Notion is important because it doesn't matter what type of information, image, video, link, PDF document, Those are pretty much the only things. You could just dump it in this page. Just whatever's important, dump it. And Notion gives you unlimited storage, like unlimited storage. So take advantage of that. So here's an example of a video that's saved in here.
So most business owners are now using ChatGPT.
That's cool. Here's screenshots. I took screenshots of his funnel. The important thing, it becomes a reference. It becomes like almost like a postcard, not postcard, but just like a post-it note, something to reference. Or no, I was thinking of something else, but yeah, it's basically the more you can reference it over and over, the more it can move from short-term to long-term memory. Here you can add or a PDF document. So this is a whole PDF document right here. And you add them by the backslash basically. So backslash PDF. It says, hey, you want to upload a PDF? Yes. And then there's the PDF. If you want to upload a video, backslash video. So you can upload a video. And the video is actually saved in the Notion file, which is super helpful. So that's why you can say video. We have pictures. So here's a video that's saved.
All registered for the training that's all about.
They have unlimited storage. That's the crazy thing about Notion. Like, take advantage of that. And then here's another image or PDF document. Here's a link. So everything I need, whether it be any type of media or image or any type of information, it's all saved in this one infinite document, completely infinite. And then everything in Notion is searchable. So if I search sales page 01, let's say, for example, like I take that one keyword, sales page 01. What if one day I wake up and I'm like, oh yeah, there's this one thing in Notion, I saved it, something called sales page 01. I don't know what page it's on or where it is in Notion. It's somewhere it exists in the Notion brain, we'll call it. You could press Command P, which is global search. So P is in Paul, and you could type anything you want, sales page 01. And then it's going to show you, oh, look, bot builders 01 page. And there's a heading, sales page 01. And I'm like, oh yeah. So if I click on it, it'll take me directly to that page in Notion. Makes it very easy to find any piece of information. So the rule is, if it's important, give it to Notion as quickly as possible. That way you don't have to store it in your brain. And that's pretty much Notion, pretty much. We have headers, information, drag and drop. You have one database, which is your documents database, which is this, looks like this, where the only thing it has is the name of the file, description, some context around why it's important, and then it's all has a column called last edit time, so that anything that you edit. So if I edit this one right here, happy dogs, see how it automatically moves it all the way to the very top, and that's because of, we scroll over here, the sort option. So if I click sort, you can see here it's sorted by last edit time, and you can get crazy with the sorts and filters, but that's just on you if you want. So that one document database for everything that's stored in your brain, give it to Notion, and that's all you have to do. That's all Notion's purpose is. And then whenever you're working, it's bookmarked so you could quickly get to it when you need to it, and that's it. Anything else is way more advanced or complex and just makes Notion more complicated to use. So do you guys have any Notion questions? And then we can move into GoHighLevel. Both of them, each Notion could be a 3-hour workshop in and of itself, basically, which is nice. Welcome everyone on TikTok learning Notion. Cool. So Notion is important because you need to store information outside. Now, this is important when it comes to working with AI, because say, for example, like here's a real good example. I'm almost done with the Learn AI in 30 Days challenge. It's a 30-day course where basically, let me show you guys. It's a 30-day course I have an AI mastermind community. Link is in the bio and in the description. If you join the community, I highly recommend you start with the AI challenge, where look at all these tools. You will learn all of the best AI tools from ChatGPT, Notion's in there. Each one is like an hour-long masterclass in it. We go through all the features that's needed. This will turn you into an AI expert that you can also be an AI consultant. Claude, DeepSeek, Perplexity, U.com, GigaBrain. We go into image generation, Midjourney, DALL-E, Canva, ideogram, how to do videos. Then we get into the fun automations, make.com, AI assistants, ClickUp, Chatbase, VAPI, LM Studios for offline. And then we have some real world projects. So you could take this course and in 30 days, it's a drip course. So every day you just learn one thing and then you could progress. Now, this whole course, I have to create a course from scratch, and I've created courses before. And so the way I use this is where if you're going to use AI to create the course. So let me show you a chat GPT that I'm using. So for example, I'm like, hey, I want to put together an AI 30-day challenge to take beginners, to take them from beginner all the way to AI consultant with the final project of creating an AI voice receptionist. Here's some images of some tools. And at the very end, I'm like, hey, give me a list of a 30-day breakdown. So it's like, okay, cool. 30 days. It wasn't the best. It was adding a lot of tools that you just will never use, like Jasper, you're never going to use. Speechify, you're never going to use. AI media recorder, that's not really a thing. And so there's a bunch of tools in here. So whatever the rough draft is, I was like, nah, I was like, let me write my own list. I gave it to Notion. Or I gave it to ChatGPT, and I'm like, yeah, just clean up this list. This is what's better. They need to know Notion. They need to know how to create custom GPTs. Then they need to know these are the best for the image and videos. Those are the best ones. And we can also do automations with those. Then they need to know automations. Make.com, ClickUp or Airtable. I'm going to teach you how to use ClickUp because with ClickUp, same thing like Notion, you get infinite amount of information and records. Airtable will cap you at like how many records and information and storage kind of thing. So there's some really cool things we could do with ClickUp. AI chatbots with Chatbase, and then we get into VAPI, offline. And so again, I'm creating this course in Notion. So I'm using ChatGPT to give me a rough draft of like, hey, help me think. And when you're using AI or using ChatGPT, for example, you're just looking for 80% good enough. You're not looking for perfect. It's an endless game of trying to seek perfection, trying to get it to write it all perfect. I'm looking for 80% good enough. Once it's good enough, I'm like, yeah, that's there's some tweaking. There's some stuff I could move stuff around and change around here. So what's important with using any AI tool, it could be ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, DeepSeek, doesn't matter. You get 80% of the information you're looking for. You select it, and this is where your digital notebook comes in. You go over to Notion. Let me go to, oh yeah, actually, I should have, oh, actually it's in my document. So let me grab that page right now. So I have a document in Notion called, so first off, it's in my documents. Great. I have a title, 30-day AI challenge. Awesome. And then I pasted it. And this is where it becomes your text editor, where you can do your final tweakings. I'm like, yeah, we need to add fireflies here because that's important. Then we could tweak a couple different projects, and I could do all the tweaking I want. It becomes your text editor. And then the next stage of using it with AI is what I call Frankenstein, is that you take little pieces, and I'm like, there could be some better real world examples, for example. So I'm like, let me take this, pop it back to ChatGPT, and then I'm like, yo, ChatGPT, give me 15 more just project ideas. And I'm like, oh, it gives me a bunch of more project ideas. I'm like, okay, let me replace that with what I have until I have the final piece that I'm working with in Notion or in your digital notebook. So then you can use that to ship it, to send it, to store it or send it into your final project, for example. So all the information, if it's important, I take it out of ChatGPT as quickly as possible and I give it to Notion, because Notion is my permanent brain. It will forever be in my brain. I can do my tweaking, and now I'm going to use this. Actually, I already use this to create the curriculum and then the details for what I'm going to learn for each, or what I'm going to teach for each one of these topics. And then I'll go and do the final thing of adding them to the actual course, which is nice. So that's how you create a course using ChatGPT, Notion, and School to host. So for anyone that wants to create their own course, that would be the process. That would actually be a really good course in there, how to make mini courses in there. We have like how to write a book, we may just add one under the Real World project, like create your own course so that you can, because in 2025, the real value of like, especially for business or revenue model, build a community. Building a community around something that you're passionate about or some challenge or some problem that you want to help people solve. This whole community just teaches people AI skills so they become an expert in AI in their niche. That's it. That's going to be the best thing right there. So that is Notion, creating a course, all of that, I think. And now we can switch into Go High Level unless you guys have any questions. I'm going to take a water break. Pop any questions about Notion in the chat, and then we can answer. Let me just see. I'm just looking at my TikTok feed. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, so now let's talk about Go High Level, because Joseph and brother Vince are already ahead of the game with their Go High Level account. So shout out to both of you guys, but do you guys have any, actually I'll do a demo first. Let's do a demo of a Go High Level automation. So if I go to empireprotools.com, this is one of my old websites and funnels. So everything you see here is built in Go High Level. This is an already functioning funnel. So with that, I appreciate it, brother Vince. Thank you for the feedback. So why is Go High Level important? Like, first, Go High Level does two things. One, you could start a business and make really good income. You could get all the way up to 5 to 10K pretty quickly selling Go High Level. It's very in need because it solves a problem that every business has. And that problem is this right here. If you start a business, I don't care if you're selling products or services, you need marketing tools in order for you to run your business. That's your website, your funnels, your surveys, your email marketing, text-based marketing, your bookmarks, your appointments, your calendars, your workflow automations, the courses, the CRM, which is even the biggest one. And so a business is going to spend roughly $500 a month anyways. And the worst part is they have 10 different logins for 10 different tools, and then they have to glue it all together with Zapier and hope nothing breaks. And if they change anything in their process or their business, add another product, change a different funnel, they have to rebuild a whole new automation or manage the automation to glue all of these tools together. So that's the problem that Go High Level solves. Go High Level does not sell to small, or does not sell directly to businesses. That's not their business model. They sell directly to marketing agencies so that marketing agencies have the tools to set these up correctly, because that's the other thing. You can learn how to use Go High Level, but that doesn't mean you know how to build funnels, how to do copywriting, how to run paid ads, how to optimize a funnel, how to get more leads, how to get more sales. So all of that is a whole nother art on top of Go High Level that people don't talk about. Because I had one client, she learned Go High Level, and then she built her husband's website in Go High Level. And then after 3 months, she's like, we're not getting any more leads. And I was like, well, yeah, because you built a website. You didn't build a funnel. You don't have any irresistible offers. You missed the whole marketing education part of it. So that's the whole. So just because you have the tools doesn't mean you're going to make more money or more leads just by using the tools. One, just you have to learn how to do digital marketing. That's a whole course on how, like, literally, I have, for me to stay up to date with digital marketing, I don't stay up to date with a course. I stay up to date with competitors. I look at big players in the marketing space, and this is a Notion database of 1,258 funnels across probably 40 different categories, from life coaching to spas to AI to regular coaches and consultants, other digital marketing agencies, ones that are reselling Go High Level, barbershops. Like, this is just pure marketing funnels. If I go into probably this one, let's see if I go into a funnel. Okay, ChatGPT School. You probably have come across this one. This was a competitor that built out a course just teaching ChatGPT. So here's his whole funnel. There's his landing page. There's his sales page, there's his coupon, there's his offers, and I save all this because when I want to create a sales page, I know how to properly structure a sales page by studying the competitors. So I'm going to model something just like that, for example. So that's a whole missing piece that people don't skip over. That if you're going to learn Go High Level, you also have to be an expert in digital marketing. You have to know how to get leads, convert leads, and then convert leads into sales systematically using the tool of Go High Level, for example. So that's where Go High Level is very powerful. So let's take a look at a working funnel of Go High Level. So at Go High Level is affordable. It's $97 a month. If you're a small business, you could buy a license for yourself and you could set it up. It will take you some time if you don't have any tech experience. It does have a very high learning curve. There's a lot of courses on YouTube, and then I'll eventually be adding a course inside the AI Mastermind community once I'm finished with the 30-day challenge. Once I finish with 30-day AI challenge, I'm going to add one that's just Go High Level, because Go High Level also has AI chatbots and AI voice agents already built in. So that's also really valuable. So now, quick thing about making money with Go High Level, just want to say. Selling Go High Level to local businesses. What's the offer? What's the products? How are you going to price yourself? You pick a niche that is, let me show you, because I love giving you guys all the resources. If you find this valuable, please like and subscribe. Goes to boost the algorithm, because now I'm going to show you the 14 niches that you can target and sell Go High Level to. Let me grab it. It's in Notion. It's in my brain. Makes it very easy to find. Okay, let me download this. Perfect. Let's bring this over here. Nice. These are, I'm just going to say 14. I'm not going to choose the last one. 14 niches of local businesses in your city. Don't do coaches and consultants. In your city. Oh, you can't see that on YouTube. There you go. Better. Spas, barbershops, medical spas, wellness centers, pet grooming, vets, tutor centers, salons, photography, car detailing, cleaning companies, golf courses, massage therapy, and mobile phone repair. What all of these businesses have in common is they have appointment bookings as part of their feature. And when people reach out, they're looking on Google for a barbershop or for pet grooming, they're most likely going to buy that or purchase from that service within 72 hours. So it has a very short sales cycle. Versus, say, for example, see how real estate agents is not on this list, because real estate agents, you can definitely sell Go High Level to real estate agents, but understand they have a very long sales cycle where someone could become a lead, and it could be up to 1 or 2 years until they actually buy a house or sell their house using that real estate agent, for example. So the real estate agents don't get to use all the cool automations that Go High Level has. So that's why you want to target these types of businesses that have what's called same day appointments, because then that business owner needs to manage their calendar, and you can automate and streamline a lot of the marketing and sales using the calendar feature in Go High Level, which is really powerful. So, and notice here, Coaches and Consultants is here, but the next thing we're going to talk about is scalability. The great thing about Go High Level is once you build out a website, automation, the email and text follow-up, everything that the business needs, then it becomes a very easy process to copy that what's called a snapshot, or everything that's set up in that account from the website, CRM, emails, automation, to copy that and install it or set it up for the next client. So if you do one for a barbershop and you have it all set up, then it's just copy paste for the next barbershop, and you've cut down your time because you already have a pre-built one. It's called a snapshot, which is super nice. So that's another benefit. And that's why you want to stay in one niche for at least a year. You don't want to niche hop or go around and start doing different niches at the same time, because it's a different sales cycle. Once you start getting different reviews, it gets harder to scale. Then you're managing different setups, because you also want to roll out additional features to improve. Let's say you do barbershops, barbershops are the easiest right now. I guarantee you could go to Google. Like, we could literally, finding leads is going to Google Maps. Google Maps and searching barbershops near me. I'm just going to search, let's say, go to here, for example. Just going to pick a random city. Barbershops near me. I guarantee none of these people will actually have a proper funnel or website. Watch. This is the other thing. So, oops, there we go. So let's do rich and famous. Do they have a website? No, they have Facebook. Already, that's one client. Done. Next one, uppercuts. I know them too. They have a website. Oh, but if we look at their website, look how shitty of a website it is. It's built using WordPress and Wix. If they're using Wix, Squarespace, GoDaddy, or Wix, Squarespace, GoDaddy, or WordPress, any one of those, they're losing money on their business. Meaning their website isn't generating revenue. They have one. They feel they're confident or like, I have a website, but it functions like a brochure and not a lead generation and sales machine for their business, where you could send traffic to their landing page and it actually converts traffic automatically into leads. And then GoHighLevel will automatically turn those leads into sales using the automation. So they're losing money on the table. I have a couple clients that are barbershops. They're all going to use, they're in whatever industry, there's probably going to be some pre-made software. They're all going to be using Squire. I guarantee you Squire is preventing their business from growing or scaling. Every month they're not making more money. They're not like doubling in capacity. It's seasonal. They're happy with the same amount of leads as they were getting before, and it doesn't grow, for example. Sharon asks a great question. The business that utilizes bookings, what am I selling them? Website with a bot, with automations, or just one element or product? So this is a great question, Sharon. This is why I recommend when people go into becoming an AI agency and they want to just sell chatbots and voice receptionists, that's such a small part that it's only going to improve leads or productivity by a small amount. It's not going to help the business generate more revenue, and it's not going to help them generate more sales or generate more leads and generate more sales, which is the biggest bottleneck that every business has, for example. So that's why I always teach them, sell GoHighLevel as the foundation. Then that will definitely get them more leads and sales by 50% if you do the proper digital marketing on top of that, like build funnels, do copywriting, have an irresistible offer. You do that, you will, like, for example, I have, let's go to my YouTube channel. Let's go to my library. I'll show you a case study of a barbershop that I took that they were getting 8 leads a month. And we took them from 8 leads a month to 300 leads a month. Barbershop. Imagine your business. I think this is the video. Let's see. If you're a barbershop owner or you cut hair professionally and you want to. So this was the local barbershop, one of my first clients. He had his website built in Squarespace. And he was like, I have a website, but I only get 8 leads a month. That's 8 leads a month is no way you're going to grow your business, for example. So what I did was I took their Squarespace website. Now this was before GoHighLevel. Before GoHighLevel existed, I would build the funnel and lead pages, the CRM and ClickUp. Zapier would do the automation. I would run paid ad campaigns using Google, and then I would use ChatGPT for the copywriting. So that was before GoHighLevel, but that's what you could do before. So this was their website before. Look how shitty of a website that was. And then we turned it from that to this. Irresistible. Look how easy. And then they had nice call button. Right off the bat, we have SEO because I did SEO for them. And then people, when they're typing in keywords, they're looking for haircuts for men and kids. And then here, this is digital marketing. Here they have a $5 off their first haircut. Technically, we went back and forth. If they would have done a $19 first time haircut, they would have got 400 leads. But he's like, I don't want to discount my services. I'm like, trust, I'm the marketing agency. Trust my decisions. And so this is why this is marketing. Having an irresistible offer for cold traffic once they land on the top of what's called the top of the fold right here. 90% of the decision of the new customers is going to be made at the top of the fold. They're never going to scroll down. They're never going to go to any of these links. The customers only, when they go to your landing page from Google, they're only there for 5 seconds. And if there's no irresistible offer, they're gone. And so we had SEO, we had irresistible offer. Oh my God, that's good. And then he wasn't running paid ads. So of course, that's another problem with small businesses. In order for you to get traffic to your landing page to display your offer, to get more eyeballs on it, to turn into leads, to turn into sales, you only have 2 options. There's organic content, but that's a year of just creating daily organic content. And that doesn't even guarantee leads or sales. Paid ads are the only way that you could get leads and sales in 72 hours. Paid ads are the only way. It's a pay to play game, unfortunately. So, and I recommend for local businesses, if they have a physical, they do a service and they have a physical location, just buy Google Ads. That's the easiest. Now, minimally, you're going to spend $1,000. So he spent $1,000 on ads. We built the ad campaign. This is the funnel. We ran ads to the landing page. We actually had a different landing page than the home page. You never send them to the main website. You actually build a squeeze page, just one. It's a landing page, a squeeze page. It's not the main website, for example. Then from book a call to new customer. So within 48 hours, they went from 8 leads in 6 days. Just in 6 days, I got them 22 leads. Like, imagine you getting 22 customers in 6 days. Just as soon as we turned it on, the CRM just started flooding with new leads. By the end of the month, they had 300 leads. So imagine. So they had book a call, 5 days. This is when I was selling this type of marketing system. It's the same principles, same fundamentals, but it had paid ads, irresistible offer. We built the funnel, and then we had the email and follow-up. So now you can do all of that now with GoHighLevel, because man, you guys are so lucky to live in a time with GoHighLevel. So I moved all my clients off. Now, great question. Sharon asks, what is the price we can charge for this whole package? Because you guys are on this live stream, I want to give you all of the resources. Let me grab your pricing. Please like, subscribe, so that the algorithm boosts this out and we can do this more often. I'm going to show you your pricing, the only 2 pricing packages that you're going to do. Awesome. Let's grab this. Next slide, Jonathan. These are the only 2 pricing packages that you're going to offer. Package number 1 on the left-hand side, you sell the business a starter package. It's the basic website. So one is $1,000 to set it up, where you're going to actually build the website. Now, GoHighLevel's dope because it already has pre-made templates. So building the website shouldn't take you more than less than 3 hours, basically. So you're going to build the website. Now, here's the power of GoHighLevel, is that it's also going to set you up so that you can start building monthly recurring revenue, stacking that revenue. When you stack the monthly revenue, you'll reach your 5 to 10K a month revenue goal much faster. What are you delivering to them? On the starter package, it's just a 3-page website. That's the main landing page, the about or contact us, and one is for services, and then third is actually it's just that. So it's just about, it's just contact page, and then the main website that talks about all the business and has testimony reviews. You do SEO, you do SMS and email automation. When they fill out the form on the website, you're going to automatically, boom, send that lead a text and also an email saying, hey, thank you for reaching out to our business. We will be in touch shortly, or here's how to sign up for our offer, for example. They have, what's more importantly, missed call text back. I can't begin to tell you how many businesses do not answer their phone. If they don't answer their phone, they are losing money. Most likely, they're just a one or a small shop, and they're also working with customers, so they don't have a full-time receptionist. That is a huge value add, is actually building a funnel for them and then enabling missed call text back. That's going to be really helpful. The lead management system, that's their CRM. That is very important, because I can tell you from all the clients that I have, let's go HighLevel CRM. None of them have a CRM, meaning a database of all their leads across the different stages. Yeah, I think I just want a very simple image we can show. For example, we can use this one. So the CRM is it's a sales pipeline and allows them to manage all their leads and contacts. Yeah, it's a great image right there. Let's take a look at that. So look at this. New leads that come in, leads that are hot or qualified, ones that are requested to book on the calendar. It changes for every business. Like, this is just to give you a rough idea of a sales pipeline. You would change this to customize it. Mine usually is new lead, follow up, calendar booked, active client, close win, close loss, for example. Appreciate you coming out, Joseph. Thank you so much. Always good to see you guys too. And so here's just the sales pipeline, because a lot of them aren't tracking their leads, and they're always just hoping the phone rings tomorrow for new leads rather than following up with existing leads. So they're losing so much money not having these tools. So that's the sales pipeline, for example. And if we go back to our image of the packages, that's your lead management, and they also get the mobile app, which is cool. And then they get a contact form and a chat widget. The chat widget is actually, so there's 3 ways that the customers are going to reach out on their website. And I don't have it, but it's mainly going to be the phone number in the upper right hand corner. If you have customers that are over the age of 40, they're just going to go straight for the phone number. Second, if they're under 40, they'll most likely play with the chat widget that's in the bottom right hand corner. That's not even the AI enabled one. It's just the basic chat widget. You don't even have to do any AI. Just that alone will help. It converts website visitors into leads more than a contact form too. And then they have the contact form, which is the bottom. That's enough for them to, any traffic that goes to their website or landing page will convert into a lead. Also, what's on here is the copywriting. That's the most important. That's really what they're paying you for, is the copywriting, the text to put on the page to create the irresistible offers, to get visitors to go, oh my God, like $5 off on my first haircut. God, I wish he would have done $19 on his first haircut, because then we could have really made more money. So then that's on package 1, $1,000, $97 a month in recurring revenue. Next, they can get the unlimited plan. That's a $2,000 setup and then a $197 a month package. And then now you're building with the only thing that you're adding as everything from starter, you're adding the calendar booking part right here. I know I'm in the way. Let's see if I can move it over here. There we go. So the really thing that you're adding is the calendar booking system. You don't give them that on the starter package. You actually build the calendar booking, because a lot of them, like the spas, hair salons, permanent makeup, microblading, any of like those services, they all rely on calendar booking, but they don't. They're all using some shitty app called Acutely is one for. There's a bunch of different calendar booking tools that they're using, but again, it's a separate tool. It's not a CRM. Doesn't do email and text marketing. It's just used to manage the calendar, and it's super complex for their customers, so their customers avoid it. Like, say for example, when you talk with barbershops, this is just a nuance to barbershops, but every business will have this. They're probably using some software like Squire. When you go to their website and then you go to book, let's see if these guys have it. Book now online. See, they're using Acutely. If you go to the very bottom, in the barbershop niche, they're either going to use Acutely. I know my face is in the way. Acutely or Squire. And Squire also does the calendar booking. Here's the problem though. It's such a shitty app that your customers will avoid filling out or going through this process to book. They're like, oh my God, here's 14 different things that I need to do. Which one do I want? Okay, let me select this guy. Ah, shit, what's the time? And then, wait, I got it. Which option do I choose? And then anytime the customer's overwhelmed, they're just going to bounce and go to their competitors. So every barbershop is literally losing money on the table because they're using some complex calendar booking software, but they're happy with it because they're only been getting like 8 leads a month, and they think that's amazing. So it's, again, you could really impact the business a lot, help them make more money just upgrading their technology, for example. So you're doing your 4-page website, which has the calendar booking system. You allow them to, Yeah, great comment, Joseph. Looks like it was made in Bootstrap. Oh, it's worse than Bootstrap. Like they're using Wix, so they're already using two softwares: Wix for the website and then Acutely for the calendar booking. They're not talking to each other. They don't have a CRM. They don't have email marketing. They don't have a mobile app to manage everything, and so they're like, unfortunately, to say they're like 30 years behind technology. But that's an opportunity. Look at, and this was only the second one from our Google Maps of looking for leads. That was only our second lead. The first one didn't even have a website. So that's where, oh, great question, Sharon. Do you ever get pushback for the setup fee and costs? No, because I say, for example, as the case study, I always audit them and I say, how many leads are you getting a month? Are you happy with your website? Are you running paid ads? The bigger question is always, are you making more money every single month? And the answer is no. And I go, the problem is you're not marketing. They're like, what's marketing? What's paid ads? And it's like, let me show you a funnel of a competitor. So what I do, this is why you kind of have to have case studies. So when I used to target barbershops, I would show them the YouTube case study video. I would show them this video. And I go, look, here is here's a previous barbershop that in 6 days, I got them 22 leads using a new marketing system. And they're like, holy shit, 22 leads in 6 days. And I'm like, yeah, that was just the first start of the ads. Like by the end of the 30 days, we got them 300 leads. Like now, of course, the problem with them is they also have to, no, Sharon, please ask all the questions. These are great questions because a lot of other people have questions like this. Because I really honestly want you guys to make money with GoHighLevel. And these are a lot of nuances. So if you have a question, a lot of people are probably also thinking that question. So if you're on TikTok, throw the question in the chat. If you're on YouTube, throw the question in chat. And again, I'm happy to answer them. So that's the offer. As I usually do case studies. So I'm like, that's why it's very easy to stay in the same niche, because then when you go to the next barber and they're like, how many leads are you getting a month? Oh, I'm getting 10. Would you like to have 300 leads? And they're like, that's like astronomical. Of like, wait, what do you mean 300 leads? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, here's all-inclusive barbershop on West Covina. And in 30 days, I got them 300 leads. Look, here's the proof. Here's the CRM. Here's their sales. I'm like, would you like the same thing? Then and then it's the trade-off. Would you pay 100? So for them, they only did, their conversion wasn't that much. So they only converted like 200. Their average haircut is $60. So the ROI is, would you pay me $2,000 to set up a funnel and ad campaign, and then you have the potential to make $12,000 in revenue? That's that's an irresistible offer. So that's why I don't get pushback. It's like, hey, would you want to make $10,000 just on a $2,000 investment? And then you get every industry is different because every industry's their ticket price of their services or products is different. So you just have to calculate that, for example. So that's why the system, I always tell them the system pays for itself over the 30 days. I was like, in 30 days, it will pay for itself. If it doesn't, I'll work for free until it does. That's another great one. So then you have in here payment processing. They could process payments using Stripe. This is really popular too. The Google review automation. So once they finish with a product or service, oh, we got a question. Ria, how much does it cost to start the business? Great question. So I appreciate that, Sharon. It is a no-brainer. It's like, would you want to pay me $2,000 to make $12,000? If not, I'm going to go to your competitors and they'll be happy to pay that and take all your leads. I just go down one block to find their competitors. And then once you do their competitors, you do everyone in like a 1 mile radius because they all know each other and they're very competitive. And it applies to any industry. Ria has a good question. How much does it cost to start the business? 2 things that you need. One is a GoHighLevel account. GoHighLevel is only $97 for your first one. Now, this is important because GoHighLevel will give you 3 sub-accounts. Sub-accounts are basically accounts that it acts, walks, talks, has all the features of GoHighLevel, but for like say another business that you want to give or you want to set up underneath your main account. Understand you're going to be providing like tech support and all that, but because Go High Level doesn't want to deal with them. They only want to deal with you as the agency. So your first account, sub account, is actually going to be for your business and website. Your second sub account is actually going to be for the demo account that you're going to build for a client to show them the system. When you go and you're like, hey, here's the system, here's the website, here, fill out the form, here, play with the chatbot, here, look at the CRM, here, play with the mobile app. It's basically a demo account. And then they'll sign up on the third one and then pay you $1,000, $97 a month for that. And that will allow you to fund the next tier, which is $297. And then $297, you get basically unlimited sub accounts, meaning you can add unlimited amount of small businesses underneath your main account, and you're only paying $297 a month. And they're paying you. They're not paying Go High Level. They're paying you for the access and for you to host the system for you. And it's very sticky because that's why I only sell websites. Basically, it's what's called website and SaaS. Which SaaS, software as a service. That's the email, the text automation, the actual automation in the background, the calendar booking system. All of that is like software as a service tools. So that's what you're really selling. I don't sell AI, and I don't sell. I sell paid ads. Paid ads is the next thing. Once I sell them Go High Level, I'll sell them another $2,000 for setting up the paid ad campaigns, because they're like, oh, I got the funnel, but you still need traffic. So every business, you can add another $2,000 of revenue. And then that's a whole nother, it's basically the same package of this. It's $2,000 to set up the Google ad or Facebook ad, for example, and then $197 a month to maintain the ad. Then they pay whatever they want to Google or Facebook to run the ads. Now they're getting traffic. Now they have a funnel that will collect leads automatically, and then they could book. Then they get pretty much sales on autopilot. TikTok's asking me to. Hold on, I gotta verify on TikTok. We got 4 minutes on TikTok before they're out, but we could keep going on. We're gonna finish in less than 10 minutes, anyways. So the last thing is really important is the Google review automation, as that's valuable for the business, because after they complete the service, Go High Level can automatically, I'm going to caveat that, which means that you just have to set up and build the automation. None of this is pre-built. Everything you have to build from scratch. That's why Joseph said in the comments when he came on the call, what did he say? This is funny. He was working 7 hours. Oh yeah, probably would have been. Yeah, he was stuck on a problem for 3.5 hours. Brother Vince was also building out funnels. Oh yeah, Joseph was like, I was grinding in Go High Level for 7 hours today so far. That's the thing with Go High Level, is very powerful, bunch of tools, but you have to assemble everything from scratch, basically. It doesn't come pre-built. It has templates and stuff, but nothing's pre-built. You could buy pre-made snapshots, but that's cheating. I'm not gonna say it's cheating, but it's not good. It's not tailored for your customer, for example. So that's why people is like, you got to master the tool. And just was like, yeah, it's like, it takes time. Like, I have a whole webinar. I have a live stream where I just sat down without any edits. This series right here, this is called Go High Level. This is let's see, do I have? Okay, yeah. This is part 1, part 2, part 3. This is 2, 3, 4 hours for me just to build the website and funnel and set up a website and automation. It took 4 hours. And I'm pretty damn good at building automation. But it's time, it's you just have to get really comfortable with the tool. It does have a high learning curve. And let's bring it to an end. So yes, so that is the package that you're going to be selling to Go High Level. And then Joseph was on the call too. And because it's a lot of people, when they do watch YouTube, they'll watch a 5 or 10 minute YouTube video, and it's like, wait a minute, they're skipping steps. Wait a minute, they're not specific to my thing, whatever. And so I'm like, let me just set record and actually just show my process of me trying to just build it from scratch. You can see, and it's really slow, but you learn a lot of like nuances of like how to build and in what order do you build. So that's a whole series you can watch on YouTube for free. Highly recommend. So Ria says, so only $99 to start. Yes, $97. Well, let's break it out just a little bit more. $97 for that. You have to buy 2 domains, one for your website and one for your demo account. So that's like $14 times 2. And then you're just pretty much cold calling because you could find all your leads through Google Maps, cold calling. For every 50 that you call, 2 will say yes, for example. Joseph says, and I got stuck mainly on the website making part. Thanks for the future clients. I'm going to do the scalable. Oh yeah, I taught Joseph the scalable method too. Sharon's like, I'm going to watch your 3-hour Go High Level video Saturday. Watch it. Yeah, because I have short versions on the regular video side. I have some short, like here, I have a website builder 101. That's a 15-minute just to show you how to use the website building tool. I have a 25-minute one that teaches you how to do workflow and automations. But then if you're like, hey, I want to watch you build it completely from scratch just to see to build one for one niche, that's this series right here. And all I did was build the website, the snapshot, the automation, everything I need to show a demo account to a client to then start getting leads for that. So great to see you, Joseph. So grateful for you to come by. So let's bring it to an end because we're at time. I want to thank everyone. So highly recommend if you want to learn more about Notion, AI, or Go High Level, there's one place to go. I have a school community. The link is in my bio. If you sign up, you're going to get a couple things. One, you get the community. We meet every Saturday for our weekly Q&A. You can ask questions in the community, find out the best tools. I have a whole Go High Level 5-day challenge that if you take it, it's a 5-day challenge. We start every Monday, and I teach you basically the whole thing of like how to set up the account, how to do automation, how to do the niche, how to do the selling. That's a 5-day challenge that starts every Monday. And then I'll eventually add the classroom. And the classroom has 30-day challenge that's almost done. And I'm going to add a Go High Level mastery course in there too. So basically, this one online community is school.com/AI-mastermind. You could go, links in the bio. That way you can start learning today. You can start the business. And then you could start making money using Go High Level and AI. So that's today's webinar. Wow. Real fun for a Q&A. Shout out to Vince for throwing out those topics of Go High Level and Notion. Sapphire says, always watching your tutorials. I've learned a lot. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you for taking time out of your day to learn AI, technology, and Go High Level with me. I have a lot of free resources on YouTube. Please binge watch them. They're always there. And then you can join the school community to meet with me every week. And I have resources where I'll help you even start the business and help you get more one-on-one, especially when you hit troubleshooting. So thank you very much. Happy Friday, everyone. And if you're in the school community, I'll see you guys on Saturday for our weekly meetup. Have a blessed night, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.